You guys want to talk about something crazy? Have you ever heard of something called CrossFit? Ooh, oh my God, not CrossFit. Yikes. Why is CrossFit such a loaded word? Of all the fitness modalities out there, if anybody's ever heard of CrossFit, almost all of them have a strong opinion about it. And the crazy thing is, a lot of those people haven't even done it. But yet they're going to tell you, don't do it. Don't do CrossFit. If you do, you're going to get, yeah, you know the word that comes next. So what I want to talk about with you guys today is I want to talk about the 3 biggest fears that people have about CrossFit. And I want to bring some truth and, more importantly, some perspective to those 3 fears in the hopes that maybe you're able to shift the way that you look at it and find a program that could help get you to the changes that you're trying to create for yourself. Because in its essence, CrossFit is a training modality. It's a path that somebody can use, yourself, to create desired changes in your life. That's all it is. The number one thing I hear, and if this is universal across every affiliate in the world, is I don't want to start CrossFit because I'm afraid I'm going to get hurt. Right? I'm going to get hurt. Why is there such a fear of people getting hurt in this type of training? Well, honestly, it's still pretty new. It's really only been around the masses for less than 10 years. Now, I started CrossFit in 2009, and back then it was very, very early in its phase of getting out to the masses. And back then, we really didn't know what we were doing. We were figuring out a lot of things as they came out. We're doing these Olympic lifts, and we didn't have any professionals out in the field yet that could teach us how to do these things. So we just kind of scrambled to figure things out. And we would throw workouts on the board, and we would just find a way to get through them. So yeah, in its infancy, there was a lot of naiveness in the coaching, and there was a lot of mistakes being made. And yeah, people did get hurt. But things have evolved substantially since then. What we did then and what we do now is entirely different. I mean, if you look at growth in itself, that's what it's supposed to be. You're supposed to evolve into a more efficient, effective version of yourself. I mean, as a human being, aren't you a lot smarter, a lot wiser, making better decisions than you did when you were a teenager? I would hope so. And it's kind of the same thing with us here at CrossFit. We've evolved since that early infancy stage where we're a lot smarter in the way that we approach our business and how we train our clients. It doesn't matter what activity that you do in life, you are always at risk of injury. Tell me an activity that you can do that has 0 risk of injury. Go ahead, I'll wait. Nothing? Because there isn't one. Every activity has a risk of injury. Do you know what activity hurts more people than any other activity on earth? Running. Why? Because so many people do it incorrectly. And a lot of people, when they're overweight, they think they need to go run. And their joints aren't in the position to sustain all that impact from an overweight body. And they hurt themselves. And again, it comes down to poor running technique. Because like any other movement, there is a proper way to do that. And if you're not doing it correctly, then you're drastically increasing the risk of you getting hurt. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that you won't get hurt in CrossFit. You might, but you might get hurt in any activity that you do. You could get hurt walking. So the risk is always going to be there. What we do, and what every quality CrossFit in the world does, is that we drastically reduce the risk of you getting hurt by making sure you are properly trained, by teaching you how to do all of the different movements correctly, so that when you do go out into the class environment, into the performance environment of what we do, you know what you're doing. You know how to move your body. You know what weight you should be at. You know how fast you should be moving. You're fully aware of what's happening in the training process, and you're prepared to make the best decision in every moment. And that's all any coach can do for you in any activity or any sport, is to prepare you to perform. Will things happen? Yeah. I've seen the most random of injuries. I had one of my athletes bending over, getting something out of his truck, and he sneezed and he threw his back out because he was in a weird position. He sneezed. Random things can happen at any given time. But the best way to prevent injury, because we're so focused on, well, I don't want to get hurt. Well, if you don't want to get hurt, the best thing you could do, the smartest thing that you can do, is to create a strong and healthy body. So that if you do trip and fall down, you don't get hurt. So if you do need to spend the day moving furniture because you're moving into a new house, you can do that and not strain your body. You can run around and play with your kids all day and have energy and not be at a risk of injury because your body is prepared and trained to perform all of these daily tasks. You want to prevent injury? CrossFit could be the very best thing for you. Well, I understand that. I want to train and I get it, but I see all those barbells and I see all the weights getting thrown around. I don't want to get bulky. Oh, I don't want to get bulky. I love that one. That one comes down to being more informed about the training process. You cannot get a bulky body. I repeat, you cannot get a bulky body unless you are intentionally training for it. Now, the people in CrossFit, most of them aren't training for the aesthetics part of their body. It just becomes a byproduct in the way in which they train. But these people with these strong, healthy, capable bodies that you guys call bulky, these people train with intention. They train with purpose. And it is the number one priority for almost every single one of them. Their whole life revolves around training, and their body reflects that. We're talking about getting you healthy, fit, and losing a few pounds, right? That's all we're talking about. You're not going to get bulky by attending CrossFit classes 3 to 5 times a week. You're not going to get bulky attending any fitness modality 3 to 5 times a week, with the exception of bodybuilding. But what's the purpose behind bodybuilding? It is to create a bulky body, right? You're training with that intention. The training in here, the intention is to get you healthy, to get you at a healthy weight, to get you feeling healthy, and to get you looking good. To get some tonality in your body, but nothing excessive. To drop that excess fat on your body so you can see some of that definition. But most importantly, it's just to get you feeling good. Feeling good about how you perform, feeling good about how you maneuver through the day, just feeling good about yourself and how you look. That's the whole purpose behind how we train. Getting a bulky body, it's not going to happen from everyday training. As a matter of fact, I would challenge you to even create one. The amount of work and discipline and intensity that would have to go into your training to create that body, there's a reason why only a small percentage of people, the top 1% in this sport, have that body. Because it is a lot of work, and it is an incredible amount of self-discipline to create a body of that magnitude. I get it. All right, I believe you. I don't think I'll get hurt. I believe I won't get bulky. But I looked at your memberships and I just can't afford it. It's just too expensive. But really what I'm saying is I don't see the value. And I'm afraid that I'm going to invest this money and it's not going to work like everything else that I've tried in the past. I get it. It's really hard to understand what it is we do without experiencing what it is that we do. So how do we get around the whole value aspect? With here, we do guarantees for you. If after your first 30 days, you're not 100% sold on what this program is all about, we'll happily refund your money and recommend you to another training modality that would better suit you. But the one thing that people never complain about once they're on the other side is price, because they understand the value of what they're getting here. You have to understand that CrossFit isn't a gym. CrossFit is a training environment. You're getting a coach that is going to teach you how to do everything. They're going to write all your workouts for you. They're going to run you through your whole hour, through your whole training session. And they're going to push you to get the very best effort out of you every single day. All of the things that you struggle to do on your own or just don't want to do. I mean, who wants to create their own programming? Have you ever walked into a gym and you see all this equipment, you see all these people doing all these things, and you're like, I don't really know what I'm supposed to do. I'm just going to follow that guy. We take care of all of that stuff for you. We make sure that we are training every part of the body on a continuous basis with different stimulus to make sure that we get the most effective training results out of you that are possible. We also hold you accountable. You come into this facility, you're signing up for a coaching program. You're not signing up for a gym membership. We establish your goals here. We establish what is it that you're wanting to create with how you look and how you feel and how you perform. And more importantly, why? What does your life look like for you when you create these changes? How do you begin to feel about yourself? And we make that our focal point. And we train that out here. And then when you struggle to show up, when you struggle to find that motivation, it is our responsibility to help stimulate that for you, to keep you consistent, to keep you coming in, to keep you on track, to keep you motivated, to keep you excited, to continue bringing the enthusiasm, to make this experience fun for you. That's the coaching side of what we provide. There's the social environment side, which I know most people don't understand because you're not looking for that when you sign up for a gym. Nobody comes in here and says, hey, I'm hoping to meet some friends here. How do I sign up? That's not why you come here. You come here to get healthy. But what you find is you come in here to get healthy, you stay because of the relationships that are built. And again, that's something that you don't understand on the other side of it. But once you begin to experience it, it all makes sense. You're joining a community of people that are committed to making their health a priority in their life. And what better influence can you have in your life than people that are already doing the things that you want to do? I hope that sheds a different perspective on the three most common thoughts that pop up into your mind when you think about CrossFit. You're not going to get hurt. At the very least, we drastically reduce that risk of it. I can't make you a promise. I can't make you a guarantee. There are none. There's not in any activity. Even athletes at the highest level get hurt. It just happens. But we drastically reduce that risk for you. And you're less likely to get hurt in here than you are to go to the gym and try to figure this stuff out on your own. You're not going to get bulky in here. You're going to get healthy. You're going to get fit. You're going to look good. You're going to feel good. That's the whole purpose behind our training program. And just give us an opportunity to show you what it's like on the other side, so we can show you the value of what we do. You think about all of the insignificant things that we spend money on, and our first excuse is to always say, I can't afford it. You can't afford it. You're already spending that money in other places. But if we get you in here and we start teaching you how to create a healthy life for yourself, you start making better decisions out there. You start eating better, which means you're going to stop wasting money on junk food. You're putting yourself into a healthier condition, which means down the road, medical costs, all of those things that are going to be a part of your future if we don't address this, all of those things go away. Or again, we drastically reduce the risk of that happening. But more importantly, you become part of an environment that gives you that daily influence that you need to stay committed to these changes that you want to create for yourself, to stay committed to being healthy, to stay committed to making you a priority. That's what you get behind these doors. I invite you, come here, go to another facility, shop around, see which one is the best fit for you. I don't care which one you choose. I would just like for you to choose. Choose an environment that's going to help you create these changes that you want, so that you can feel happy, so that you can feel fulfilled, so you can just feel better about yourself, about how you look, about the things that you're doing, and your overall outlook at life. Because in the end, that is the goal.